Okay, so today we're discussing two really simple yet often overlooked ways that you can add an extra 20K as a minimum to your bank account over the next 12 months. Now, some of you that have been following me along for a while would have heard me talk about the concept of adding an additional 3 minutes of booked out time for every hour that a technician is there during the day in order to achieve $10,000 in the bank extra per technician per year. So let's go into just a little bit of detail about that for some of you that have not been following along for that long. Now, the reason that this is even a thing is because for so many of you, you have a real issue with unsold labor time. And we know that unsold labor time means that you're just not getting enough money to the bottom line and cash flow is usually tight. So here, this is a way that we can have a discussion with the team and get them to be a little bit more on board with how money works in the business and what impact it has for the business if they don't sell all of their time. Now, I am going to assume that you have time clocking here, okay? But if you don't despair. I'll make little mention of something else that you can do in a moment. But what I want you to do is have a toolbox meeting with your technicians and speak to them about the importance of charging out an extra 3 minutes per hour. So what we're looking for over the course of an 8-hour day that they can be charging out, an extra 24 minutes charged per technician per day. That's all. So that can be at the start of the job and at the end of the job, where at the moment you're not capturing that time. You're not capturing time from the moment the technician picks up the keys with the job card to the time when they go back and put the keys and the job card back with the service advisor. Or if you do all of that electronically, then from the time that they are actually about to go around and get the keys, that's when they should be clocking on and they should be clocking off as they walk away from handing the keys back to the service advisor. Those few minutes that you think or that the technician thinks are not important actually are important. It's where those vital few minutes come from that can make all the difference to the profitability of your auto repair shop. So in our toolbox meeting, we need to say that we're going to put a focus on this. We're looking for an extra 24 minutes per day, guys, okay? Just 24 minutes. And talk to them about some of the ways that they might be able to do that. So it's the proper clock on and clock off. It is looking for those extra upsell opportunities, and not unethical ones, but ones where you're there doing the work on a particular part of the vehicle, so you can see something else that needs to be done, or if you did it while you're there, would actually save the customer some time or some money in the future. Put those recommendations to the customer and let them decide. Because again, if you can sell a couple of those jobs extra per day, then we've got extra labor time with that, and that's what we're looking for. So if we can get 24 minutes per technician per day, in addition to what we're doing now, even if you're right down at 50%, okay? Let's just aim for 24 minutes extra at the moment. That is going to put over a year an extra $10,000 per technician into your bank account. So if you've got 3 techs and you can get all 3 of them enrolled in this little 24-minute a day project, that's an additional $30,000 worth of profit that will go straight to your bank account. Why does it go straight to your bank account? Because at the moment, without the 24 minutes extra per technician per day, you are already paying the bills. You're already paying the team wages and everything else that happens in your auto repair shop. So any extra dollar that we can get in labor sales goes straight to our bottom line because we've already paid for everything else. Okay, so it's our cream on the top. So if you don't time clock, then this is going to be a manual process for you, obviously. And you're going to have to do some extra training with your techs around them actually looking at their watch and writing down the correct time on their job card, and then clocking off after they've gone and handed back the keys to the service advisor. No guessing, because when we guess, we always round down. It's just human nature. So it is a bit more of a process, but you do need to start focusing on it. And of course, if you're not using time clocking, whether you've got it in your software and you just haven't turned it on, or whether your software doesn't have it, it's time to start using it. So perhaps you need to upgrade your software. You certainly need to upgrade your mindset around using time clocking, that's for sure. So that's one way we can increase the amount of profit that goes straight to our bank account in a year. The second way that I want to talk to you about is having a look at where you are just burning money on miscellaneous expenses. Now, I speak a lot about doing a pricing review, about going through your profit and loss and identifying things that you should just not be spending money on. But this one is more about looking at the things that you are just burning money on, that where you make quick purchases, just small ones, and you don't really stop to consider how it adds up. So for this exercise, I want you to identify one way that you can stop spending $27.50 a day. Why that figure? Well, it's pretty simple. Because if you have a look at your personal habits, like maybe it's buying coffees, takeaway coffees every day, maybe it's buying lunch or morning tea each day, maybe it's purchasing cigarettes, maybe it's time to give that up. Business-wise, maybe you're purchasing magazines that never get read, you've got subscriptions that you don't use, software that you may not have opened for more than a year. Maybe you're buying stationery in quantities that you could just never use. Maybe you're paying for certain things that you could get cheaper elsewhere for the same quality. Think about it. Where can you save $27.50 per day? Why would you want to save $27.50 per day? The answer to that is simple, because over the course of a year, that is $10,001. So maybe you're wasting more than $27.50 a day. And if that's the case, I can tell you that doing $55 a day, so doubling that, is going to put $20,000 back into your pocket each year. So that, the $27.50 method and the extra 3 minutes per hour method, as a minimum, will give you $20,000 in your bank every year in profit that you, as the owner, get the benefit of. Of course, if you've got more technicians or there's more money you can save per day, you could actually be looking somewhere around $50,000. I ask you now, what would you do with $50,000 that was just yours there for the taking? Of course, I'd want you to put a bit of money aside for tax, but it's really time to start thinking big about what you could do with this extra money, because as I've explained in less than 10 minutes, it's really quite simple to put the strategies into place to make it happen. Now, strategies like this is what we help our engine room clients with every day of the week. So if you know that you need help with anything to do with your auto repair shop, then it's time you had a chat with us. So just click the link and answer a few quick questions and then book a chat. In 10 or 15 minutes, we'll help you work out if we're the best fit for you, and then we'll come up with a plan and we'll take it from there. Go away, put those 2 strategies into place, and I'll see you again soon.